So recently I got a truck and I tried to get it smogged. I know a general rule of thumb is when you get a vehicle, you have the owner smog it, but I believe it was on Labor Day. There's a couple of red flags that kind of went under my radar, and I decided to get it just because it was so cheap. For a bit of context, I live in California and I got a 1997 Toyota Tacoma with roughly 170,000 miles on it for $3,500. In other states, that might not be so cheap, but in California, that is really quite cheap because those trucks hold value like crazy, and it would go for about $5,500 right now. In any case, it was Memorial Day or it was Memorial Day, and smog shops weren't open. I decided to jump on the opportunity because I didn't want the truck to get sold. And it turns out when I went to get it smogged, I had two issues. Number one, the truck had an aftermarket cat on it. And that poses a little bit of problem. Usually it's not an issue as long as it's passing the emissions. But it had two things. Number one, it had an aftermarket cat, and number two, it was missing a under hood emission sticker. Now, when you go to get the vehicle smogged, you might not notice it, but they look at the under hood emission sticker, and apparently you need that to get your vehicle smogged. So I'm missing it. They told me my truck wouldn't pass smog, so they were like, we're not gonna smog it. They referred me to a referee to help me resolve this issue. Now I called the referee, and the referee essentially said without a failed smog inspection, they couldn't do anything because as far as they were concerned, the last smog was a pass. And they said either go back and get a failed inspection or reach out to the Toyota dealership to see if I could get that emission sticker. Now I reached out to the Toyota dealership and I told them I needed a sticker. They forwarded me to the parts department. I gave them the make and model of my vehicle, and they said that the emission sticker was discontinued. So then I went back to the smog tech and said I needed a failed inspection for the referee to help me, and I got a failed inspection. Essentially what they said was it's an aftermarket cat and it doesn't have an emission sticker. I called the referee back up. I was like, okay, here's my failed smog inspection, and the sticker has been discontinued. I need your help to get this vehicle smogged. Now in the process, I have an appointment to essentially try to get the vehicle smogged without the emission sticker, because since it's discontinued, I can't get one. So if everything else lines up, hopefully they are able to get me that smog so I could transfer the title of my vehicle. Moral of the story is you live and you learn, and I was already kind of aware. I was fully aware that you should get the vehicle smogged before you purchase it. That should just be one of those things. Number one, they should have a pink slip in hand. Number two, they should have a smog check done before you purchase the vehicle. And the reasoning for that is if you have to replace a cat, it could get quite expensive quite quickly, and you want the owner of the vehicle to deal with their problem instead of having to deal with it. So there you guys go. If you guys have this issue, that's kind of the course of action you have to take. Also, it could have been much worse. It could have been the catalytic converter had to be replaced or something like that, and it wouldn't smog at all. But for now, this is what we're dealing with. Hopefully I'll have an updated video out for you guys once I have that appointment with the referee to see what we could do about my discontinued emission sticker.